Fifth graders, welcome to Eureka Math. This is Module 2, Lesson 22, and our objective today is to divide 3- and 4-digit dividends by 2-digit divisors resulting in 2- and 3-digit quotients, reasoning about the decomposition of successive remainders in each place value. Okay, so that means that we're going to be using 2-digit divisors with 3- to 4-digit dividends. So let me see if I can think of something quickly here. And with such big numbers, we're going to have to estimate a couple times as we're doing this. And that's what they're talking about, reasoning about decomposition of successive remainders. So 24, remember I'm going to kind of think about 24 in terms of how it can go into 63. And 24 could round up pretty easily to 25. 25 times 2 is 50, so I think that's a fair estimate. Let's try that 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay. And then we're going to have a leftover of a remainder of 15. Okay, 15 is smaller than 24, so we're doing great. But now when I bring down this 9, I have 159. Now, this is that successive remainder. I have to think about how 24 can fit into 159. So let's think about this like 25 again. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150. That's pretty close to 159, so that's 6. Okay. 6 times 4 is 24, carry the 2. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14. And then I have a remainder of 15, and I can bring down the 1, and this is even a third time. 24 into 151, well, we just said that if it rounded up to 25, it would go into 159 6 times, so let's try 6 again. 6 times 4 is 24, carry the 2, 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14, and then we have a remainder of 7. Okay, so that's what they're talking about, those successive remainders. Okay, we're going to have to do estimating several times to get that done. So let's go to the problem set. Name on your paper. Divide, then check using multiplication. And so this is that 3-digit dividend divided by a 2-digit divisor. And our quotient is 2 digits with a remainder. Okay, so just like we did on the other page, 17 would go into 58. Well, let's see. Let's round 17 up in our heads to 20. 20, 40, 60 is too much, but it's not lower than that, so let's try that. 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21, carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Okay. Then subtract 70, bring down the 0, and now we have 70 here. So we're going to do the same thing. We can keep it as a 20 in our mind. 20, 40, 60 would be 3 times, but I think we can actually squeeze a fourth time in there. So let's do that 4 times. 4 times 7 is 28, carry the 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6, and then we have a remainder of 2. Then we check our answers by taking that 34 times 17, right? That we're going to multiply the quotient times the divisor, and let's see, 14 is 28, carry the 2 is 21, 22, 23. Then 4 and 3, which will give us 8, 7, 5, 578, right? That's what we got right there. Then we're going to add 2, and we will have 580. Now remember, show your work. Okay, next one. 730 divided by 32. Remember, the first number goes inside the division symbol, and the divisor, which is the second number, goes on the outside. So 32 into 730. Well, let's just look at this 73. 32 times 2 would be 64. That's pretty close. Let's try that. 64. And then we have a leftover, a remainder of 9. Okay, and then I'm going to bring down the 0. Well, 30 would go into 93 times, but this is 32, so I think we're going to have to stick with 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. And then we have 26 as our remainder. And as long as the remainder is smaller than the divisor, we are doing good. Okay, let's check our work. Remember, to check our work, we have to multiply the divisor times the quotient. Oops. Then add the remainder, and that should equal our dividend. It should equal 730. So we're going to test it. 32 times 22. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Drop the 0. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Then add 4. 10, carry the 1 is 7. We have 704 plus our remainder, which is 260. And that, my friends, is going to be 730, which works. Excellent. Let's switch colors. That red just is it's a bit much for me today. Let's try 940. I like to change up the colors too. Divided by 28. Okay, so 28 is not going to go into 9, but it will go into 94. So 28 into 94, let's see, if we rounded that up to 30 in our heads, and we multiplied 30, 60, 90, that's 3 times. So let's do that. 3 times 8 is 24, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And then we have a leftover of 10. Bring down the 0. Now we have 100 as our remainder. This is that subsequent remainder that they were talking about in our objective. Now 28 into 100. Okay. Well, if it was 30, it would go into 133 times, right? 30, 60, 90. Do you want to try 3 again? Let's try that. 3, well, we already know it's going to come out to 84, right? Because that was what we came up with here. And that's going to give us a remainder of 16. Then we check our work. Okay. Again, that is our quotient times our our divisor, plus our remainder, and it should equal our dividend, which was 940. So let's check that work. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the one in red while I'm writing the one in purple here. 28. Okay. 33 times 28. 8 times 3 is 24, carry the 2. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 2 is 26. Drop the 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. And now we have 924 plus 28. Wait a minute, did I make a mistake? No, plus 16, sorry. 16 was our remainder here. And that is 940. Good. Let's change colors again. Let's do green. 553 divided by 23. Now I am going to think in my head, I'm going to think of that as 25 because I can multiply by 25 pretty easily. So I need it to fit into this number, which is 55. Well, 25 times 2 is 50, so there we go. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. Then I have 9 left over. Is that right? 9 left over? Yep. Bring down the 3, and now I have 93. Well, how many times is 23 going to go into 93? I think about 3 times, but maybe 4. Let's try 4. 4 times 3, now that was a little bit of an educated guess on my part. 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Oh, there we go, I was pretty close. And 1 remainder. Okay, so to check our work, we take the quotient times the divisor and add the remainder, and it should equal our dividend. Let's check our work. 25. Oh, I'm sorry. That is 24. 24 times 23. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Drop the 0. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. And 2, 15, 1 is 5. 552 plus our 1 remainder is 553. All right, this is the same that we've been doing for the last 3 lessons now. We're just getting a little bit harder every time, okay? And the difference between this and yesterday's assignment, or the lesson 21, is that we have to reconsider when we get here this 93, because 23 can go into 93, so we just have to consider that remainder. Let's go. The next one, 704 divided by 46. Okay, well, 46 times 2 is going to be 80 something, or 90, it's going to be 92. But just looking at that, it's going to be too big for this 70. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it, a 1 right here. And then subtract 46 from 70. And I get 24. Okay. 24 is not big enough, but I bring down that 4. 244. Now 46 can go into 244, and I'm willing to bet it can go into 244 about 5 times. No, wait. Yep, I'm going to say 5 times. Let's see. 5 times 6 is 30. Carry the 3. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 3 is 23. My leftover is 14. And to check our work, we multiply the quotient times the divisor and add the remainder to get our dividend. Okay, so 15 times 46. I said 46, but I wrote 48. There comes a time in the evening when I should just sit on the couch and hang out, right? My brain stops working. Okay, 6 times 5 is 30, carry the 3. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. Then drop the 0. 4 times 5 is 20, carry the 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Then I have 690 plus my remainder, which was 14, which will give me 704. Next one, 614 divided by 15. Okay, let's count by 15s. 15, 30, 45, 60. Well, that will go into 61 4 times, right? Because 4 times 15 is 60. And look at that. 15 into 14 will go 0 times. Okay, and then we get our remainder all the way down here. In class today, some of you were forgetting to put this 0, and you were telling me that 15 went into 614 4 times with a remainder of 14. But you can't forget the ones place. Do not forget the ones place. That was a common theme today. Number 2, Hattie solved 664 divided by 48 below. She got a quotient of 13 with a remainder of 40. How could she use her work below to solve 559, 659, there we go, divided by 48, okay, without redoing her work? Well, 48 is going to go into 65 for one time for sure, right? Because we have all this work right here, so we don't have to redo it all. We can just look over there. And then we know that we have 1 less here. Bring down the 9. Then 179 into, I'm sorry, 48 into, it's the end of the night. 48 into 179 will go 1, 2, 3 times probably, right? 3 times 48 would be 24, carry the 2, 12, 13, 14, and then 35 is our remainder. Well, look at that. Here's what we could have done, right? Let's see. The difference between 664 and 659 is 5, right? Well, the difference between the remainder of 40 and the remainder of 35 is also 5. So in fact, we didn't have to do all this work. We could have just dropped the remainder by 5 and we wouldn't have had to redo it all, okay? So that's just a little bit of math thinking for you. All right, explain your thinking. Don't forget to write down. Number 3, 27 students are learning to make balloon animals. There are 172 balloons to be shared equally among the students. Okay, so we have 172 balloons and 27 students. We're going to share them equally. How many balloons are left over after sharing them equally? So they're looking for the remainder. Leftover means remainder. 27 into 17? No. 27 will go into 172. About, let's roll that up to 30, huh? So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, but 27 is less than 30, so I think we could give it a try. Let's try to do that by 6, huh? 6 here. So 6 times 7 is 42, carry the 4. 6 times 2 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, which leaves us with 10 remaining. There will be 10 balloons left over. Okay. If each student needs 7 balloons, how many more balloons are needed? Okay, explain how you know. Well, let's see. Everybody has 6, right? Everybody has 6, but everybody needs 1 more, and we only have 10, and there's 27 students. So 27 minus 10, because we have 10 balloons, and 27 students, that would give us 17 more balloons needed. Okay? And we know that because everybody already has 6, they just need 1 more. Wonderful. That is the end of our page. I hope that you are understanding long division. If you need help on it, please ask. Have a great day.